Hey guys, it's Nicolette. I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite looks for prom. The makeup look I chose to do for you guys I thought was really simple, but it's still really elegant and can work for so many different situations. I'm starting the look by applying a moisturizer all over my face. If you have combination skin like me and have drier places on your face, such as by your cheeks or in other areas, then you definitely don't want to skip this step. It's extremely important and it's definitely going to help even out your foundation if you do have those drier areas. Next, I'm going to apply a primer all over my face. This step is so important. Not only is it going to help your foundation last all night long, but it's also going to help it apply on so much more smoother and look so much more flawless. And you definitely want a flawless face for prom. Next, I started applying my foundation. You want to choose a foundation that has a little to no SPF, or you can end up having a lighter face than it appears in person in pictures. You might want to apply more foundation than you normally do if you want your face to look absolutely flawless for your big night, and that's totally okay. I'm blending my foundation in with a flat top brush and making sure that it's buffed in really well. You definitely don't want any streaks. After my foundation is well blended, I'm going to apply concealer under my eyes and in any other areas that may have a little redness or need a little extra coverage. Don't feel bad about applying more makeup than you normally do because you want to look absolutely flawless for your prom night, and that's completely normal. After applying my foundation and concealer, I'm going to apply a powder. This is going to keep your makeup from sweating off after dancing your heart out. After finishing the basics of your face makeup, you want to move on to contouring. We're going to start by applying bronzer to the hollows of our cheeks. If you want to give the illusion of having higher cheekbones, you want to apply the bronzer just a little above the actual hollows of your cheeks. After bronzer, we're moving on to blush. Again, if you want to give the illusion of higher cheekbones, you want to apply in a backwards C and a regular C shape on your cheekbones, as you can see me doing here. It might be a little difficult to explain, but it's actually completely simple and it really does help highlight your cheekbones. Now I'm applying a highlight. I'm applying this on my actual cheekbones, which is basically right on that bottom layer of where I put the blush. You want to fill in your eyebrows. Filling in your eyebrows is so important. It makes the world of a difference. It really draws attention to your eyes, and even if your eyebrows are relatively full, you definitely want to fill in any sparse spots because it really does help them stand out more in pictures and it really does bring the whole face look together. I'm applying a clear mascara to my eyebrows not only to keep the color in place, but also to keep any straight brows in place. It always stinks when you have one little piece of hair that's sticking up, so to prevent that, I just apply a clear mascara. It's really helpful. Now we're on to the eyes. You want to start by applying an eye primer all over your eyelid. Taking a flat eyeshadow brush, I'm going to apply a peachy eyeshadow shade on the base of my lid. Now I'm applying a coppery brown color to the crease of my lid. You want to make sure that these two colors are blended really well. I applied a black liquid liner to the tops of my lids. I didn't wing it out or anything and just kept it really simple to draw attention to my eyelashes and make them look a little bit more full. Then I also applied my favorite mascara and I applied a couple coats of that, more to my upper lashes and one coat to my bottom lashes. Then I applied a black pencil liner to my waterline, but only about halfway. I set the pencil liner with a black eyeshadow on a thin eyeshadow brush. For my lips, I applied a simple pink lipstick. You may want to apply a gloss as well, something clear or maybe nude to soften up the look a little bit. Now it's on to hair. You want to make sure you brush through your hair and get rid of any tangles. I'm also taking my hair and making sure that it's divided into two sections. I'm using about a 1-inch curling iron. It's Just any curling iron that you happen to have, but something that's going to give you about medium-sized curls. The size of the curl really doesn't matter depending on the look you're going for, but I wanted something a little more indifferent. I didn't really want big waves, but I also didn't want really tight curls. After brushing through my hair, I'm going to make sure that I apply a heat protectant. You definitely don't want to damage your hair any more than you possibly can with a curling iron, so you definitely want to apply a heat protectant. If you notice I'm applying two different heat protectants, it's because the one that I have is a little more oily, so I'm applying that just to my ends because my ends are more dry and I'd rather have a more heavy heat protectant on them. After applying heat protectant, I like to apply a wave enhancing spray. If you have hard to curl hair or your curls just don't stay, this is definitely a key step because if you're going to be dancing all night, your curls aren't going to last as long. And this is definitely going to help your curls stay because it's basically like a hairspray except specifically for curls, so it's really going to help those ringlets stay. After your curling iron's heated up, you want to start curling your hair. I'm taking about 1-inch sections and just putting them in the clamp and curling the hair upward. I'm holding it for a couple of seconds, however long that it takes for the heat to come through when I'm placing my fingers on my hair. Don't burn yourself when doing this, but it's actually not that bad. You just feel the warmth coming through, and you'll know about when to let go of your curl. I'm not really going in any particular direction with my curls. Some are away from my face, some are toward my face, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not doing on and off, I'm not doing any specific order, I'm just kind of going with whatever happens. It doesn't matter. Now you're going to take the front section of your hair. If you have bangs, that would be the section that you're taking. If you don't, you would just take the front crown of your section of your hair. You're going to let down a little layer, and you're going to tease that. You're going to tease it so it has a nice little poof, and then you're going to spray it with some hairspray. After teasing that first section, you're going to take another section right behind that and do the same exact thing. You're only doing 2 sections because you want a decent sized poof, but not anything crazy. Once you have your poof, you want to look in the mirror and make sure that it looks okay to you. This is going to be your own preference as to how high you want it and how round or whatever kind of shape that you want to go with it. I'm going for a little bit high, but not too high, because I don't want to have anything towering off my head. After you've positioned it the way that you want, just bobby pin it into place. I'm using blonde bobby pins because I didn't have any others, but if you are doing this for your actual prom look, make sure to have bobby pins that match your hair color. Now you want to take the leftover hair that's framing your face and pin it to the side. You want to make sure that this is really smooth, but you also have to take into account what you see and kind of work with it as you go and experiment. You want to make sure, however, that the curls are kind of going upward in the back, so they kind of cascade falling down. So you want to make sure that when you're pinning it back, that the ends of the hair that you're pinning up in the back kind of match with the back of where you pinned your poof, if that makes sense. If you have any little flyaways, just spray some hairspray and use a comb to make sure that those flyaways stay down. If you're still having trouble, you can actually use a clean old toothbrush and that'll actually get rid of any flyaways with some hairspray. Trust me, it works. After you've pinned the sides of your hair, you're done. You can add a little clip to the back if you want to, or just make sure that you like the way that the hair falls in the back. But other than that, you're really done with this look. It's really simple, but it looks really elegant and chic, but a little edgy at the same time. I really love it. Unfortunately, you can see my blonde bobby pins in the back, and my pink streaks from October Breast Cancer Awareness Month are still showing, but it still looks pretty nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial and this look, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun at your prom. Here's a penny for your thoughts. I need to know how the story goes before I fall too deep. And all I'm asking for is